If you want to support the channel, you can use code Tablemon to get 5% off at Potent Store for your online codes, 10% off for your sealed product at Flipside Gaming, and 20% off for your superfoods at Amaranthi. Or if you're looking to buy singles or sleeves, you can fill up your cart and close the tab, then click on the affiliate link in the description and check out. That way you can support the channel over at TCG Player, Card Market, and Dragon Shield. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me tonight in this live stream. I've been inspired somehow. This is the second live stream this month, which is already one more. We're already at 100% more live streams this month than the previous month. Anyways, I'm gonna be playing with a little bit of Arceus Duraludon VMAX, the deck that unfortunately brought heartbreak to all the Tablemon followers and myself by ending my top 8 run at San Diego. Mostly, I played the matchup really badly, culminating in the last mistake that I made. However, the deck is definitely pretty solid, and every time I've tried to record a video of this deck, it feels like it just doesn't really work out for me. So I figured the other day I ran super hot whilst being live, so might as well give that a try again. Yeah, playing with Arceus, Trinity Nova to establish energies on B Pokemon and start searching for anything we want. And then Duraludon VMAX, of course, with a nice ability Skyscraper, preventing damage by Pokemon that have special energy, and two of the top 3 decks have or are based on special energy, Lugia, Mew, and then Regigigas up there as well. And hello Real Games, thanks so much for being here. And then we have the G-Max Pulverization doing 220 damage straight up with no way to prevent it. So looking pretty good. The deck is pretty much self-explanatory. You have Colress to find resources, Marnie to attack your opponent's hand and deny resources. You have one of Raihan to power up a second Duraludon VMAX if necessary, in case your Arceus V-Star dies early. Then you also have the Single Strike Mustard to get out a Duraludon VMAX in case you priced the 2 Duraludon, one of the 2, or even both, sure. You want to play 4 Arceus and 2 Duraludon, so you start Arceus more often, but you do want the 3 Duraludon VMAXs because you want at least 2 out pretty much every single game. And then we have Big Parasol to stop Yveltal from wrecking us. We have Healing in Hyper Potion and Crystal Cave, Energy Recovery in Training Court, and then a bunch of Pokemon Search. So let's jump to the ladder, see what we can do with this deck. Hey Jordawag, thanks so much for being here. Please tell hi to JP when you see him. Thank you for stopping by. And the Original, thank you so much for being here. Alright. Also, some of you might have noticed that I've started to play deceptive deck boxes. I'm playing, I mean, this one's really hard to be deceptive because you have only 2 types of Pokemon, but for the most part, I'm trying to be a little deceptive by not having the main Pokemon as the deck box, which I used to do. So, Sneaky Tablemon is here. Alright, we're up against Mew and we're going second, so that's really bad news. But I need my opponent to have a really bad hand, or if I can find of this Colress a double turbo, then that would be fine. My opponent's bad hand is now off the table, so going second just feels really bad with this deck, especially against double AP bets, yeah. Especially against Mew VMAX, which is very aggressive and will most certainly be able to knock out my Arceus V. And Champion of Fun. That's GAP, right? Alright, we also have Meloetta to deal with, which means there will be more damage output through the use of Fusion Strike energy against our Duraludon VMAX through Max Miracle, if we are even able to get set up. So it's not looking great. I mean, I have to assume my opponent's just gonna get everything they need next turn, right? There's no way around it. JP, you work for Amazon. Do you not get unlimited Amazon Prime use? Amazon Prime thingies? That must be one of your benefits as an Amazon employee, right? All right. I did price a double turbo as well. So, I mean, I don't feel like benching an Arceus and attaching there and playing this that way is great. So I'm just gonna establish the Duraludon here and hope for a double turbo. Then if not, maybe right hand. Ooh, I actually get both. Nice. All right. So now we're talking. I mean, the right hand's not that great, but it's potentially still useful. Yeah, this is actually pretty decent. And losing the metal is honestly fine. All right, that double turbo is pretty huge. So now we hope that our Duraludon survives. But if it survives, then that's like, I'll take that, you know? I will absolutely take that. You get 10% off to 100. Oh, wow. No free Prime. How did I manage to find time to stream just one random account too? Well, it's pretty late here. And Jordawag, thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. How did I manage to find time to stream? I mean, honestly, I'm choosing not to save Gotham City right now. Like I've been trying to get through my long list of overdue Pokemon games, not Pokemon games, sorry, video games, which do include Pokemon games as well. And I was like, I could spend the next 2 hours playing Batman Arkham Knight and finally finishing that game, which has been on my to-do list for like 4-5 years now. Or I could live stream, and here I am. Yeah, it's all, you always have a choice, right? Everything in life has opportunity cost. I am choosing to hang out here and get some content out for myself, for the channel, for the people that follow me. Try to get some high-level Pokemon gameplay going. And did they just fail Cramomatic? Oh no, they... Wait. No, they did grab a card, right? Yeah. I thought they failed Cramomatic. So yeah, that's how I found time. Am I ready for Cram Senate's release? I am. I am very excited. I actually got some product from Pokemon today, which I didn't have time to upload a picture of, but that's gonna be pretty cool. All right, my opponent is banking on finding a Mew VMAX off of those two cards. And did they play the fusion? Oh no, please. Okay, one heads, one tails. Be even. Yes, and they lost a power tablet right there. Okay, I feel like if you're my opponent, they might have, no way. Yeah, they might have searched for the Serena off of the Chronomatic. I feel like they're really overdoing it with the draw. No, they found it. Darn it. Dang. Okay, now the question is, did they play the power tablet beforehand? Because with my ability, I'd be able to survive the hit if they did not. I'm actually not sure, because there's two of them. I know they discarded one for the Chromatic. I don't know if the other one was played or if it was discarded as well. What will be the top deck for Orlando? Like top deck in terms of popularity or top deck in terms of strength? Popularity, I think Lugia will remain at the very top, though perhaps with less overall presence, like not 30%. Ooh, we survived. Okay. All right. So Oh. Definitely gonna evolve. Definitely need to try and protect that Duraludon right here. I have a really good opportunity where my opponent missed the KO. I can't... I could heal the Duraludon. Is that worth it? If I go search for a double turbo, attach heal, and then heal with Crystal Cave, that renders their attack basically useless. And the other card is probably a Duraludon, so I can attach. I actually like that. I actually do like that. So we'll grab the Duraludon. We will grab the double turbo. I can't attach this turn, of course. I can attach next turn. I think this is pretty solid as a plan. So we're going to heal first. Then we're going to do this. And this definitely puts me out of range of KO. And I could Marnie, but I'm holding an energy. I'm holding a Raihan, holding an Ultra as well, which could be important. So I think I'm just gonna have G-Max Polarization. And I know my opponent's hand is a little bit stuck because they were struggling to draw more than 2 with the Genesect. So we'll see. And I'm protected from the Meloida, unless they play Path to a Peak this turn, which could be problematic. Radiant Eternatus can be useful in Duraludon VMAX decks. I mean, I think it's not that Radiant Eternatus is useful in Duraludon VMAX deck. I think you make a Radiant Eternatus deck that wants to play Duraludon and Flying Pikachu and maybe Espeon VMAX as its VMAX is. But I personally, even though today I'm going to be playing 3 different VMAX decks, I personally really dislike VMAX decks. So I'm going to be showcasing that deck, but I know 100% sure I've bowed to myself because VMAX Pokemon almost made me quit Pokemon during the pandemic. Like during the pause, I've bowed to not play VMAX Pokemon at a regional tournament if possible. And for the most part, I don't see why I would ever want to play a VMAX Pokemon. I don't see VMAX Pokemon becoming the best decks in the future. Alright, you've been hearing Rowdy turn with Flying Pika? Yeah. Radiant Eternatus with Flying Pika, Duraludon, and Espeon to try and counter the metagame. As someone who's going to take Reggie kind of scares you a little bit. I mean, the thing is, like, Radiant Eternatus base decks and Flying Pikachu base decks, like, that's going to be 5% of the metagame. That's never stopped Regigigas from succeeding, right? And you have play around Flying Pikachu, so it's not the end of the world. And there's the path. Okay, so that's not very nice. 280 plus 60, so just enough to knock me out. Alright. I mean, now I can Marnie them, which is nice. And I can also power up the other Duraludon VMAX, so that's also good. But then they get the next KO on the Arceus though. Oof. Ryan doesn't do anything to help me in that regard. It might have been the case. Jeez. This is very scary. I think... Oh no, I do have another fighting energy left. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we're gonna evolve. We're definitely in a lot of trouble though. A lot of trouble. Okay, so Training Court. Do I play it now or do I play it next turn? My hand is now dead. The switch is a welcome addition. I think this turn I'd rather my opponent not have abilities for now. Just gonna do this damage, then they'll knock out my Arceus. They can't use Meloetta anymore because they didn't spread their energies onto it. So now they knock out my Arceus, then I knock out their Mew, then I'm one boss away because they cannot one KO my Duraludon VMAX. No, they can't actually. With one Power Tablet and a Path to Peak, they would be able to. So we'll see. But yeah, as a Reggie player myself, I wouldn't be super scared, honestly, of Flying Pikachu It's not going to be a big enough representation of the metagame. It's not an immediate auto loss. So I would advise not to be super scared of it. Okay. What's scary right now is that choice build. That's what's scary. Okay, so they get the KO. They're down to 1 prize card. So now, if I have a boss, I might not counter Stadium. But if I don't top deck a boss, there's a chance I find a boss here. Okay. So hear me out. By oh wait, if I knock out this VMAX, they can't Melodious Echo. Never mind. Never mind. So I should just leave the path in play, right? Yeah. They can't 1KO me. They don't have the Fusion Strike energies anymore. They're on their path. I have a boss in my hand. So actually playing the Pokegear was a mistake. So what they could do is bench a Mew and Psychic Leap, and that will do X amount of damage, but then I just go boss, knock out the Mew that they bench, and I win the game. So, hey, Little Dark Fury, thank you so much. How are you doing? Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How's everyone doing? Daniel Gaming, thanks so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. How's your stream? That's a cool emote. Is that a Hydreigon? Oh wow, that's really cool. Thank you so much. Shadow Mega Absol, thank you so much for the follow as well. Really appreciate it. Jeff, my bro, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome everyone. So we're out here, Pokesart9, thanks so much for the follow. We're out here playing playing the deck that knocked me out of top 8 at San Diego. You played Mad Party for 2.5 hours? Oh my gosh. That is... Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Was it good? Alright, my opponent knows I have a boss in my hand and still chose to retreat. Alright. Not bad. I mean, how do you... I guess... Do you ever evolve Mr. Rhyme and that way you have protection against Sableye? Is that ever a thing? Oh, okay, yeah, can't beat Lost Box. That makes sense. Can't beat Duraludon. It can't play Path? Yeah, even with Path you're toolkit going, right? So it's not great. What does it beat though? Like, why would... MVS84 and TD4 Live, thanks so much to both of you for the follow. We're inching closer to 7,000 followers on Twitch. Imagine if I streamed more often. Thunder, thanks so much for the follow. Radiant Jirachi, Gleamwood, Collapse for Crobat. That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. Beats ladder decks, and it can beat Luke. Yeah, that's fair. Would Galarian Mr. Rhyme be worth including to improve the Lost Box matchup? Probably not, right? Okay, what my opponent is doing right now, benching other stuff, you don't need to do that ever. Ever. There's absolutely no reason to do that. Hey, Condor, it's going well, thank you. How are you doing? We missed you at San Diego. All right, pretty solid hand, no energy, however. We're just gonna get rid of the Pokegear. Establish the Arc. Priced 1 Duraludon VMAX. We lose a turn against Regis, which is never ideal. We need to be super careful with our stadiums. We want to try and make it so that our opponent plays the first stadium if possible. And we'll see. Was it just... Oh, wow. Immediately plays the stadium. Was it just... Thunder, was it just that... that the flights were full and you couldn't find a flight? Is that what happened? And hey, well, drummer, I'm doing well, thank you. How about yourself? Thanks so much to everyone who's tuning in. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. Playing the deck that ended my run at San Diego. And so I said this in the beginning, like every time I've tried to sit down and record high-level analysis, gameplay of why Duraludon VMAX is good, it ends up being like really, really crappy for me. Santos, thanks so much for the follow. However, the other day I streamed, it felt like I had plot armor and I was invincible. So we're trying to be invincible today as well. Alright, 2-speed energy is already in the discard pile for my opponent. That's very scary. Maybe I should have been streaming instead of recording videos all this time because I have better luck when I stream. No, that's not true. I'm being silly. I have good luck sometimes, I have bad luck sometimes. It just so happens that a lot of the bad luck just happens on my videos, but I definitely have good luck as well. I just complain a lot, don't I? Your flight was delayed and you weren't able to make your connection. Ah, okay, that makes sense, Condor. That makes sense. Yeah, flying standby is always super tricky, right? You're always on the edge of your seat, especially when it's what's the word? High season? No, when it's yeah, I guess high season. All right. So now we're gonna counter the stadium. We're gonna evolve, and I think we just okay. If I find Switch plus double turbo, that would be fantastic, but not realistic. We do find Switch, so I have a choice here. I have a choice. I could... That evolution instance is actually looking nice. So I could... search for another Arceus and a double turbo and start powering up, but then that makes it easier for my opponent to win. So I think I should just be patient. You just need to be patient. Thankfully I got that energy, I mean that switching card. So I'm just gonna grab these two. Probably should have grabbed Arc Duraludon actually. I mean, it's not wrong to guarantee the energy, but it probably wasn't great either. So we're one turn behind. If I had attacked here, that would have been so good. Oh, you were a confirmed seed. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, they got rid of my stadium, but they still need to play their stadium, so it doesn't really change anything. Would I play Reconvene my list? No, I would not, honestly. I don't like the 2-prize liability. I feel like the deck strength, like whatever Raikou can KO, Rayquaza can as well, right? And like if you're using, I don't know, like if Lugia benches Dunsparce to take away weakness, and Mana Feed to protect from Raikou, then Sableye just eats them up. And anything that Raikou could KO, namely Lugia, you can still accomplish with Rayquaza, so I don't think I would. Alright, so my switching card and my energy gets taken away. That's really bad. Probably should have, well, I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, that's really lucky. That is really lucky. Oh, you had to work on Friday. That makes sense. That makes sense, Condor. I'm sorry you didn't make it. Could have changed the whole tournament. Triton FPS and Z-Man Cuddles, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for follows. Okay, now it's getting a little scary though. Are they 1 energy short? Oh wow, they're 1 energy short of attacking. Okay, I generally got extremely lucky with the way I drew things. I get the other Duraludon. I really need that Duraludon V though. I am thinning 4 parts this turn with the instance and the attack, so that's nice. I need something though. Like I have Pokegears, 2 Pokegears there. That means 1 is prized, 2 are prized. That's good. So 2 are prized and a Colress and a Marty. So I have really good odds to get a good prize here to help me get going. And if Arceus V-Star goes down, which it might, so 4 out of my 5 prize cards are now good prizes. Yeah, you were obviously winning back to back, exactly. It was either lose to this deck or lose to you in top 8 for me. Like that was a done deal, for sure. Absolutely guaranteed. Okay, my opponent preemptively powering up the Regieleki might end up, or might have ended up costing them. Regidrago is gone. Was not a Regidrago, that was a Regigigas. So it seems like their other Drago is priced. That choice build is very scary though. And my hand is really very, very scary as well. Hey, Dotcard, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And we just won somehow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the congratulations. It felt very nice. Felt very nice after not having made even a day 2 since May of last year. To make day 2 felt really good. And then to make top 8 as well felt really good. I wish I had played better. I generally did not play well. All right, so sorry about that. I don't know what I forgot what I was saying. At least we finished the game. Well, drummer, if you're still there, you asked me. So Pablo, you played Ray and Raikou, but what's your opinion on Kyogre? Did you also test that variant? So I definitely tested it, not super in depth, but in my mind, and like in my playing of the deck, like obviously Kyogre is a really good card, right? But it's very useful at the very end of the game, and with like I didn't like how pressured you felt with that deck, to get to that point. Whereas with the Rayquaza version, on turn 2 you can immediately respond to a big threat, right? Whereas with that deck you need to either rely on the Dragonite, which I was definitely trying not to rely on any rule box Pokemon, or you need to weather the storm, right? So that's why, like, I'd much rather play the regular Rayquaza deck. You know, that's why I didn't like relying on the Kyogre. And I feel like from all my testing, that's a scary Pokemon. Um if a if a player was playing Manaphy, like someone playing Manaphy is out of your control, right? And if they are and they time it properly, then that can really hinder you. Yeah, so I didn't feel like if I wanted to win the tournament, I didn't think that would be like a very viable way to do so. You know, like relying on my opponents not playing down their Manaphy optimally. All right, I have no idea what I'm up against, but I do know I'm knocking out this evil ball, which is fantastic. I also know my opponent's hand was not the best, so I'm definitely gonna go for the switch to just eliminate this threat, and then have a quick ball. I don't really need. I could just grab a Cold Resistor and see what they do, and then decide on the party next turn. So, all right. Okay, so plenty of supporters. I do like keeping all 3. I mean, keeping something to discard also makes sense, just for that quick ball. So I'm gonna quick ball away the Marty, and then I have options for next turn. And sure, I'll split the energy. I am benching. If my opponent ends up attacking a Duraludon, then I mean that's fair. Not super worried about that. So metal, and fighting. Figured thinning the deck, not really pressured at all. Should be fine. And Eric. Hello, Pablo. Espero verte en Orlando pronto. Definitivamente me vas a ver en Orlando. And there's the boss. We wanted to ask what your ideas for additions in the Lost Box deck you play in San Diego with the release of Crown Senate. Okay, so I like 100% honest. I have not played our Like, I've not played any Crown Zenith. I will be playing... Oh, that's a very nice top deck. I will be playing Crown Zenith stuff when the cards come out on Thursday on PTCGO. But before that, I don't think I'll be playing... Like, I everything I say, rather, is 100% theory, right? So, with that in mind... I honestly don't think into Rayquaza, I don't think much changes. There's other versions of Lost Box, of course, that will be very, very good, with especially with the Sky Seal Stone. But I was talking about this today with a friend. Like, if you're using Sky Seal Stone to get an extra prize card, that means you're using a V. So you're also giving up an extra prize card, right? So playing that in Rayquaza doesn't make too much sense, in my opinion. All right, back-to-back bosses for my opponent. Now I have the escape rope. Do I have an energy? I do. All right. And then definitely the hyper potion. I know I'm gonna beat my opponent by healing. And I'm also not threatened at all. So I don't know what I'm up against, but it feels extremely easy. I know there's a new Zamazenta, but like, I don't think that Zamazenta is better than Rayquaza. Obviously, its ability is good. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to playing that Zamazenta in Rayquaza, but I don't think the deck changes much into Crown Zenith. And like, the pressure you apply with double... What am I playing against? The pressure you apply with double Raikou against other Lost Box decks is so much, because it's, once again, if they bench Manaphy, then they're giving you easy prizes for Raikou. I mean, for Sableye. If they don't bench Manaphy, then Raikou wrecks them. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The Zamazenta does, I think, base 100 damage, and if one of your Pokemon got knocked out during the previous turn of your opponent, then it does an extra 120 damage, I believe, and its ability reduces 30 damage that it takes, or something like that. Yeah. When you take notes, is your opponent able to see them, Nick? No. Your opponent is not entitled to see your notes, but they need to be legible enough to where if a judge asks to see your notes, they need to understand what is written there. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I do think like there will be Sky Seal Stone, Lost Zone base decks for sure, but I don't think they're, at least on paper, right? And I might be completely wrong, because like I said, I have not played with any Crown Zenith at all, but there's a chance they're just like not as good as Rayquaza. I don't know. I feel like Rayquaza is definitely still underexplored and underrated, despite the results of the last two regionals. Well, let me check. I'm checking how long. Okay, so this is gonna be the last game of Arceus Duraludon. I'm just gonna nah, I'll just wait. Oh wait, this is Mew. I should have set up another Pokemon here. Oh well, if I get donked, I get donked. So yeah, I'll have more information on Crown Zenith and how the metagame changes and everything once I actually get to play the cards and get a feel for the Sky Seal Stone and how big a difference it actually does make. That's when I'll be able to answer the question 100% accurately and honestly. For that, I'd be lying to you if I said anything with 100% certainty. Hey, the real Sonic Games, thank you so much. Another huge raid. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's a cool emote. Thank you so much. Welcome. How's your stream? Hey, Blackpink, I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuning in. Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for the raid. And Connor joins in with the emotes. Alright. Turn 1 path for my opponent, though. So, that's not very nice. I need now to find... I should have discarded it. Okay, I just made a big mistake. I want to establish a Duraludon, and I'm just going to Barney. Because if I fail to get a Stadium, then any energy means I power up the Duraludon. And that's why I shouldn't have discarded the energy. But I didn't stop to think, right? Which is what I should have done. Now my hand is dead. Which is also not great. So we're going to power up the Duraludon here. We also priced a bunch of energies. But no Arceus V-Star and no Duraludon VMAX either. I have to drop my cat whenever applicable. That was a very good timing. Thank you, the real Sunny Games. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been live. Definitely been a while since I've been live on Twitch. Okay, now we're in trouble. I am coming to Orlando, Yumbo. I am 100% booked and ready to go to Orlando. Very happy to do so. Looking forward to it. Wrapped up another weekly tournament. Very nice. Very nice. How many? I think you limit the participants, right? To like 32? Something like that. Might be wrong. Okay, so my Arceus is definitely dead here. My hand is also as dead as my Arceus. So this might be a fitting end to Arceus Duraludon with the loss. What could I have done better? I could have established the V-Star, and since I did get the training court, I'd be in a better spot potentially. But I felt like getting the stadium was so unlikely that it was more likely that I found the stadium than like me establishing. And with the Marnie plus Path, there was a chance they didn't do anything at all either, right? Ooh, that Marnie actually now helps me. That's pretty nice. Oh, 64, okay. I don't know why I thought 32 for a reason. Because I've been looking into trying to play more tournaments as well, but definitely an area of opportunity I have. I know people would enjoy watching me play tournaments, but the last few times I've tried, I don't know why I get into this like incredibly competitive mindset and I just end up I don't know, not doing as well as I would like to, not drawing as well, and then I get tilted very quickly. Okay, so we did get knocked out by Technoblast, but that means I have Arceus V-Star now, and that energy top deck is pretty good, because that means I get to save some of the energies that are in my deck, which are very few at this point. Actually, no metal energies left. All right. Okay, that's really bad. That is in fact really, really bad. So, I do need... Well, I basically need to survive. No, but if... This sucks. I probably should have Starbirth first, got a Stadium, got a Metal, and put that back. I should have used the Starbirth first. That's my bad. Alright, so I'm just gonna hope I don't get Marnied, I guess. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna grab the Metal. And then I gotta hope my healing can get me through. But if they have the Echoing Horn, which they very likely do, then they're just gonna be able to beat me here for sure. All right, so we're gonna attach both fightings over here. Here's our always Monday, short and casual. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. You migrated to live. Oh no, Connor. That's not ideal. Yeah. Losing your whole collection like that is not great. Thank you, the Real Sunny Games. Thank you so much for tuning in and the raid and lurking as well. I really appreciate it. And Snapper, thank you so much for the follow. And Hooked on Jonix, thank you so much for the follow as well. Sorry I missed those notifications. We're slowly but surely inching towards 7,000 followers on Twitch, which is really cool. Alright, my opponent just removed everything. I really need them to either not KO the Arceus or not. And they just discarded a Marnie, so that's really good. I mean, they might just be searching for a boss to eliminate the Duraludon. That's also very fair. I would prefer if they didn't. Well, never mind. Okay, I was really hoping my opponent would just potentially KO the Arceus. Alright, that's a dead Duraludon. So then I KO this Mew. Never mind, I tried to KO the other Mew. Gosh, this is really bad. Everything about this game has been really bad. Okay, I need a boss here to maybe have a chance. Maybe. Alright, they're down all 4 power tablets. If I bench this Arceus, then they can just win. But if I don't bench the Arceus, then... Well, I could bench another Duraludon, actually. Never mind. I could just bench another Duraludon. I mean, it's gonna come down to boss, right? Oh, wait, I can't bench another Duraludon. So what can I do then? Is it just heal until infinity? Is that my plan? I guess so. I mean, they can probably beat me next turn with Echoing Horn boss KO with a choice build. Hey, Miria! I am indeed. That is correct. Yeah, Condor, I would definitely wait until you see what happens with Scarlet and Violet. But that might be when TCGO gets shelved, right? Okay, so Silene, or they could just flip double heads here. Double heads for double power tablet to end the night. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so Arceus Duraludon, pretty good deck. Very one-dimensional as well, so that can hurt it, but nothing you can't work around. You just need a solid start, right? And you need to win the coin flip as well. That's pretty key. Win the coin flip and you'll be successful with Duraludon. I'm gonna be right back with the next deck, which will be the Arceus box deck that was the #1 seed going into debate at San Diego. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in just 30 seconds or less.